at Winjana. No, we're not. What's the name of this place, huh? Yeah, we're at Wongi Falls. This is where we've camped for 3 days. We're just walking up to the top of that beautiful waterfall where we've been swimming. Now I know what Tarzan felt like. This is at the top of the walk. This is at the top of Wongi Falls. This is right at the top of Wongi Falls, looking out over the plain at Litchfield Park. Those buildings you see down there, that's the campsite. Fantastic swimming hole.
This is Florence Falls at Litchfield National Park still. These are called the magnetic termite mounds in Litchfield Park. And they're really unusual because they all face north-south. Give the impression of tombstones in a graveyard.
We've left Litchfield National Park and we're heading back towards Catherine, but we're going to stop in at Edith Falls, which is in Catherine Gorge National Park, before we go down to Catherine. We'll be camping there for tonight at Edith Falls, going for a swim.
This is Edith Falls at Catherine Gorge National Park.
This is the campsite at Edith Falls. Well, we're back in Catherine now. Just going to shoot round Jeff and Michelle's. Stay there for a few days. That's Jeff and Michelle's place. We'll be hanging out here for a couple of days.
Remember this, stalactite, want to hang on tightly, the might make it up there. And if the conditions are right, they do join together, so you get columns. Can you all see them? Quite an unusual way to sleep, because usually they're curled right up. He'll come round, yeah. No, he'll probably like go across. Yeah. He won't go straight up, but they cathedral section. I think most caves have a cathedral. You can see lots of lovely curtains running across down through the cave and lots of columns here. All the lighting we use is natural lighting, so you can see the true colours. We don't use any false coloured lights. Basically, calcium carbonate in its purest form is white, and then all the other different pinks and greys and browns. The skin. There's a snake on the top of it. All made to the tonsils, or are we waiting for something else? Brighter, maybe it's getting drier. This one's called a rimstone, and how it's created from the solution running down over a sloping surface, rather slowly, so it gives you that lovely flaky texture around the outside. If you were here in the wet season, you probably wouldn't look twice at it. It's one big wet mass. Thought the tonsils had got you for a minute. And if you look above you, there's a rather unusual formation as well. When they discovered the caves, they all came to the same conclusion, and that it's just mud. Only mud has been compressed into the limestone to produce mud rock, so it is very solid, strong mass. And right up in the left corner of it, it's very difficult to see, but there is a small piece of snake skin just up there. The wetting cake, it's created from a variation in humidity levels and water levels as it falls. Notice the change in temperature?
Yes.
Yeah, it can get up into the high 30s here, 98% humidity. We went over to the back of the cave, 40 degrees and 100% humidity. So right down the back of the cave, just over the right there, around the corner, the bats would be roosting. And as the cave goes...
That was the Kata Caves.
Mm.
Oh well, we've left Catherine and Cutter. Yeah, we've left the Cutter Caves and left Catherine and Jeff, Michelle and the kids. Now we're on our way over to Queensland and we're at Mataranka Pools. That's Mataranka, no? Thermal pools. Just walking down the path to it. Oh, let's go and do the pools and get rid of this thing. This is part of the Mataranka pool system. Goes down to that river you just seen.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You got the present.
So that was Mataranka. Lovely spot to swim. Beautiful clear water and very relaxing. Temperature's about 34 degrees in the water. But really nice.
That's Nadine. We've gone straight through to Three Ways. We're about 30 k's outside of Three Ways. We'll probably stay there the night and head off over towards Queensland. So that's Three Ways. We're going to see if we can make Queensland today. We're about 100 k's west of the Barclay Homestead, heading across to Queensland. This is over the Barclay Plains. It's pretty empty. That's basically Mount Isa, Queensland. That's the main mine over there. Manaisa mine, and that one is Hamilton mine. We stayed overnight there, and it's good to get out of that desert country. We're probably about 130 kilometers east of Charter Towers. Starting to get into a bit more greener country now, and a bit more hills. A lot better than the desert. This is Gillis Street in Charters Towers, Queensland, where we're staying for a few days. Swimming pool and the Mataranka. Well, we left Charter Towers this morning early, and we're going up the back road to Mount Garnet today. We just left the lid where we refueled, and by the end of the day we should be up in the Tablelands. We're going to stop there. There's some hot springs up there where we're going to go for a swim.
In a hot spring, and we're heading towards Atherton through the Atherton Tablelands. See, it's raining.
This is in the Appleton Tableland. Actually, we're only about 10 k's away from Appleton itself. First bit of rain we've seen for 4 months. A lot different than 4 days ago, coming across a semi-desert. Nice and green here, and very cold.
Left-hand side of us is called a holly mangrove, and if you have a close look at some of the leaves on those plants, you'll see that they're short and spiky, very similar to the holly that you might find on your Christmas pudding, and that of course is where it gets its name, holly mangrove. Now, mangroves are normally divided up into 3 separate zones depending on how far away from the ocean they're growing. Along this river you'll find that the 3 zones are mixed, as well as being mixed with rainforest trees, and this making it quite a unique area. The mangrove seeds come in many different shapes and forms, and they have unique ways of propagation. I'll point out some of the different ways that they propagate, and I'll also pass a few of the seeds around so that we can have a look at those as well. That you can see hanging down here are pencil orchids. Also in the middle of the creek over here, you can see one of the other larger epiphytes. That's an elkhorn that you can see there. And you'll find that these mangroves are ideal. Up a bit higher than roof level on the right, you can see the clusters of bright orange berries up here. These are one of the nicer tasting bush foods. You can see some here just about eye level. They call these snotty gobbles, or a female that you see here, and a little bit different to the cormorant. You'll see that she's got a very sharp beak, and she'll use that beak for spearing fish as well as for grabbing hold of them. You'll often see these birds juggling fish around in the air. It's imperative that they swallow the fish head first so that they don't get the spikes of the fish caught in that long thin neck. In Japan they use those birds for fishing. They put a ring around their neck. They call them a saltwater crocodile because they have glands in their throat that can separate the salt from the water. And once they've done that, they then exude the salt through pores in their tongue. It's hard to imagine just how fast an animal of that size can move, but they can move incredibly fast. They have 64 teeth in their jaws, and when the jaws come together on a fully grown crocodile, they're under a pressure of about 3 tons per square inch. So you can forget the old theory of shoving the stick between its jaws to keep its mouth open. You can have a look for as we go down. Here is the common green tree snake, or northern tree snake as they're sometimes called. These will range anything from dark green on top to jet black on top, bright yellow or pale underneath. And we normally find them within about 4 or 5 metres of the water, sitting on the overhanging branches, so we'll have a look for those as we go along here. There's a palm tree up in front of us here on the left, leaning right out over the water. Ooh, look at that.
And underneath hill, for God's sake.
Now you can see the large discs running down the back. This is the smallest parrot that you would find in Australia, the double-eyed figure. There's a white-lipped tree frog, or giant tree frog. When they're fully grown, these are the largest tree frog in the world. They grow at about twice the size of this one here. I'll pass him around on this piece here. Now, stay. Now, you probably think I'm joking when I say stay. You should see him when I say kill. The mangrove snake kept on wrapping around its beak so that he couldn't open his mouth to eat it. It's quite a good trick. We watched him for about 5 or 10 minutes. He didn't manage to get it down then, but I'm sure he managed to eat it in the end.
Beautiful spot.
Yeah.
There's no laws prohibiting these children. Yeah. Sexual assault and all that. There's no laws.
Now, Bo, I want you to smile at that. It's really...
Carol, say hello.
Smile and show them your teeth.
Everybody act natural. Come up here and act natural. Smile like Daddy.
He's a set of
Has everybody finished round here?
Yep, that's finished.
How's that?
We haven't even got the didgeridoo to show you, Jeff. Put you on the video.
Mummy.
Ho! Say hello, Jara. Hello. Jara. Say hello. Say hi to Lynn and Naomi. Say hello, Lynn and Naomi.
Oh yeah, you're gonna
Hi,
say
Lynn.
Say hello.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 now. Hi, Lynn.
Hi. I'm getting
Say hello, Lynn and Naomi. Hi, here in North Queensland.
Yeah, and the weather's terribly freezing.
Yeah.
Here in this deep, vast jungle, we have the barbecue.
And
Here,
that's
Mum.
and that's how puppy is.
And this is our little angel, isn't it? He's like this all the time.
Like the devil you know, bit of the devil you know, the devil you don't.
He gets accused of a lot of things. Is this the face of a...
It's going to sleep, leave it. It's not enough.
Do you want to go to bed?
Yeah.
All right. Say good night.
Say goodbye to
Say
Lynn.
good night.
No,
On the camera, Jara. Say good night to
Say good
Lynn.
night.
Good night, Lynn.
Oh, God, get it over. Over here. Bye, Lynn. Say hey, dude. Say hey, dude to Lynn.
You've still got your cap on that too.
Yeah, you still got the dust cap
Say
on there.
hey, dude. Say
Going to bed.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I have.
See ya.
Come on.
All that is flavour, isn't it?
I just tried to kill a bug with this.
Fred's dead, right?
no, just got away.
It seizes up, and if it seizes up, it's going to cost a lot of money. Put it away.
Yeah.
What did they say,
That
Jackie?
is a break from now, true?
Oh, have you got your video? Have you got your coconuts on your video?
Yeah, I got a couple of them, some of the designs. I just put them on for the
Oh, yeah,
design.
there they are, up there.
Go.
There's just a lovely bunch of coconuts up there.
Yeah.
Jeff's got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Standing in a row.
Just on
Monkey sunset, sun's got little...
They're not moving, huh?
I know. Oh, it's a bit close. A bit close. Oh,
Hey, come
no.
and visit us all up at Mossman. It's a beautiful place, believe me.
Don't
Life
invite
is
all
easy.
them up here.
Yeah,
Everybody
don't say
can
it.
come.
Be careful what you're saying. Who said that?
Bill and Kath put on a fantastic barbie.
Yeah, but you have to cook. Yeah, you have to.
This is a Bill lookalike.
You got the same
Does he
hat.
say anything?
Yeah.
No. I mean, no. Say hello. Hello. I'm pretty good at this.
Hey, give him a drink of beer.
Yes. We'll give him a drink then. Yeah. Okay then. Would you like a drink? Yes. That's enough.
But does he juggle?
No, he doesn't. Okay.
No, don't.
Now come on, Jared, get to bed.
Oh, he did that to me one time.
Oh.
I don't
Get to bed, Mum.